Okay, social icons. Now, yeah. Well, why is it fucking asking me for that? Oh, because of that. We'll remove that. That's why I'm getting that error. Alright, very good. Stop streaming. Wait, are we streaming? Okay, good. Because I really gotta go to the bathroom, man. Yeah. Okay. No, I'm like really tired, too. I did not take a nap. Really? Very good. Very good. I'm gonna cook you some more food. Now that I think of it, maybe I should thaw out some of this food. Corn, more corn, chicken. I guess we'll leave that there. These, those. Yeah, sure I'll figure something out with this stuff. We'll leave it out there. Very good, very good. Alright. So before I actually tweet that I went live, I need to actually see what's going on out there. Wow, this is like such a great way to get Zen. I'll do work on that. Alright, so first I need to check the markets, because I didn't really pay attention to them. I'm trying to deliberately not look at the markets too much. And I know crypto did really well, so. What's wrong with Yahoo right now? Okay. There's markets are flat. Precious metals are up a little. Crude oil skyrocketing. 10-year yield stable. Okay. Dollar is pretty stable too. Tried to go up a little bit, but didn't really do too well. Still below 90. So ExxonMobil okay. Bank of America flat. Brian is actually continuing to do pretty well. So okay, so that's a very good sign. And has Greg put out the new video yet? Yes, he did. Perfect.
Okay, everybody, it is me, Gregory Mannarino. It is.
Okay. Alright, so I better actually get this shit out here quick then. Live now, markets flat, crude oil and cryptocurrencies, Bitcoin do very well, along with our blockchain stuff. Okay. Blah, 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 blah. Alright. That's kind of interesting that they've, anyway. Okay. There we go. Of course, people just keep leaving, like, my social medias, and it's, like, kind of pissing me off. But, you know. I think the problem is, because I'm naturally slower, I attract, like, boomers. And boomers obviously just don't like hearing what they really need to. Oh yeah, so masks and warriors are passed easily through them. Recommended to a colleague against wearing them because they're ineffective and thus unnecessary. Yeah, he said this as early as February 5th, 2020. Oh, but this was before they started instituting those lockdowns. Yeah, you know what? Whatever. I'll just push it out there. I don't really give a shit. GameStop value of 1,000 1 year ago. Dogcoin 156k. GameStop 64k. Ethereum EMC. Yeah, the big one for me is just missing out on Dogcoin. I just feel. AMC hits record with $33 billion in value, surpassing GameStop. Wow. Dogcoin was still the superior option. Man, I feel so dumb. Like, I'm supposed to be the cryptocurrency guy, and I completely dropped the ball on fucking Dogcoin. Yeah, look at this. People still continue on following. It kind of really pisses me off. Right? Everyone else is growing except me, because every election cycle, it always fucking tapers off. It's like, I kind of just curious to know, like, what's going on here. That's kind of funny, too, because I still see people following me, so I know I'm growing. It's like, I don't know what the hell's going on here. Like, I need to, like, just purge all the, like, the weak spine, fake conservative fucking assholes, and then I can just get, like, my real number, you know? Did I tweet everything out? Yeah. Okay, so I can't really wait on anyone to get in here, because I just finished coding. I'm a little... Well, I mean, I feel okay, but, like, I could use some rest. So, like, I really need a break. You know... Let's see. Yeah, the Trump blog was just retarded. I don't even know why Trump did that, but whatever. I'm hoping that this is going to make Trump, like, actually, like, start thinking outside the box for once. Alright, so bond yields were bought up a little bit because there was a little bit of fear for whatever reason. Markets were flat, dollar was up a little, and then Bitcoin's doing well, and then we checked out the others. Oh yeah, and Riot continues to actually do pretty well. So it's actually starting to finally, you know, behave normally. Like it's going up and down with Bitcoin. So that's a good sign. If this is really the case, then that means if Bitcoin hits like double the price, that would put at 76 grand, and that means Riot would actually be worth 60 bucks a share. So, I mean, I'm not going to be thrilled, but at least my Riot options will finally be in profit. But the good news is, I already know that Bitcoin's going to go way higher than 78k. Then it needs to target 100 to 125 grand, because this correction was just such bullshit. So, we need another leg upwards, you know. And then I can finally start testing out my straddle option. But of course, the problem is, what if 78k is the next top of the next leg, and then I'm kind of screwed. I don't know. We'll just have to We'll just have to play it by ear and figure it out from there. All right. So Bitcoin's a little under 38k. This autoplay. Got it. What's up with these websites with their autoplay shit? So Bitcoin doing good. Cardano. Everything else is okay. Binance is catching a good bit. Ethereum is starting to recover. Dogecoin is up a lot, but that's because Coinbase is listing Dogecoin tomorrow. So it's actually getting the Coinbase effect, which is fine by me because people will see this going up and then everyone else is going to start buying up everything else. So I'm all right with that. Litecoin continues to recover. Some things are flat. VeChain's doing pretty nicely. It's almost 13 cents. Filecoin still stuck at the 68 to $71 mark. It's so annoying. Shiba Inu is starting to also continues to do very, very well, so I'm happy with that. Let's see, what's good old Ontology doing? I mean, I know it's doing all right. I was just curious because you know it's paying good interest. Yeah, $1.16, so I'm in profit with that too. I'm satisfied. All right, so Hotbit is going to be under maintenance until tonight. Oh, actually. Looks like they came back a lot sooner. Oh man, this is too much. Let's go to the main page. I just want to scroll down to their Twitter link because I'm too lazy to search for it. I don't know. They say that it still should be under maintenance, but their website looks like it's working. Is it actually working? Let me take a look here. You may access the following functions. Yeah, they're getting the site back up. So it's pretty, yeah. So I mean, there's a little bit of fear that it just might be running with your money, but that doesn't seem to be the case. All right, so crude is surging, Iranian refinery on fire, and then some other stuff.
Okay, everybody, it is me, Gregory Manarino. It is still Wednesday, June 2nd, 2021. We have a lot to talk about. A kind of busy day here. Let me start off with this, and it should be no surprise to any one of you out here who has followed this blog. Today, crude oil continues its march higher, and we are now at multi-year highs with regard to crude oil. This is a trend that I've explained to you for quite a while, would continue, and it is continuing. I expect this to just go on exactly the way I said it would. Now, today, you might want to sit down for this one. There was a massive oil refinery fire in Iran, and that did put a nice boost under crude oil. Now, I'm going to give you one guess as to what sector of the market was the top performer. Energy, exactly, and the banks didn't do too bad either. If you are a subscriber to my free newsletter, there is a link in the description of this video. I sent out a little alert about this crude oil. I put up a nice chart there. You should all have it by now, so check your email. If you are a subscriber to my free newsletter, I told you what you should be looking at here. Anyway, you should subscribe to my newsletter if you are a subscriber to this blog. You get a lot of neat inside information here and there. So today, the stock market finished higher across the board. Well off of the highs, though, and I'll explain to you why. But crude oil today is the story. We are knocking on that $70 a barrel door with regard to WTI, which is the one I follow, the kind of the one that most market guys do follow here. Let's talk about the 10-year yield. People, the 10-year yield remains stable. Crude oil getting a bit higher. The dollar reversed from getting a knee-jerk higher earlier to finishing just about flat. Despite that, gold and silver put on decent gains today. Cryptocurrencies pretty much across the board getting bid higher. Again, no surprise to you. These are not going to zero. I don't know who's telling you that. You should laugh at them, sincerely. That's what I do. That's what I've been doing since I've been hearing people say that since I think around Bitcoin like 1,000. Well, we're about 40,000 now, and I'm still waiting. Anyway, so that's the story with regard to the market, how things played out. But let me explain to you this real quick. We got a little bit of truth today from, believe it or not, a Federal Reserve president. And the statement made by this individual is why the market finished off of the highs of the day. Again, when a Federal Reserve president talks, the market listens, okay? And the market wants to hear more easy money. And then on top of that, more easy money. So Federal Reserve President Harker explained today that he's concerned about the pace of rising inflation. It's alarming. Okay, the market does not want to hear that. Now, he went on to say that because of this, the Fed should think about tapering. The Fed is not going to taper. Let me explain that to you. But the market, again, even a little bit of talk like this is enough to spook the market. So this is what pulled stocks today off of their high. Had this Fed president not come out with this little bit of truth here. I mean, it's astonishing to me that a Fed president, they're going to keel haul him later on. Fed President Harker here is concerned. rightly so, about the pace of rising inflation. It's pretty extreme. It's pinching people. We have all kinds of issues associated with this, but again, you're not going to hear this. So one.
Yeah, but that's the thing, right? I mean, the Fed's kind of like somewhat stuck between a rock and a hard place because they really don't want inflation, which is why they need to raise rates. But raising the rates is just going to cause all sorts of problems, and of course, it makes the Democrats look bad. So the Fed's not going to want to do that, right? Between the scamdemic and then the lockdowns and shit, they're not going to want to like screw up that little dynamic. So, the best thing for them to do is, just keep doing what they're doing now, which is print more money and keep interest rates at near zero, which is, whatever. We have DeFi coming, and I'm already like getting really sick interest off of, Hotbit and then Exodus wallets, and so is a lot of other people. So eventually, something's gonna cave. Like, I'm really curious to see what would actually happen once the entire world figures out that you don't want to just buy dollars. You could just get DeFi. It's like, and then things would sell off in the markets. Because why would you buy stocks when you could just get DeFi and get risk-free 10, 15, 20, 30% returns backed by an actual blockchain? So I'm kind of surprised there's not more problems. But I think it's because there's also just a very limited amount of coins that you can do that with. So like the total amount of dollars is like, I don't know, how much is DeFi really worth? A couple hundred billion, right? So I think that might be what the limiting factor is. Because on Hotbit, right? When I look up file, I don't know if I can check it now because their site's still in maintenance, but when you look at Filecoin, it pays 12%, right? But if you actually look into buying it, it says there are no units available. So there's nothing, so you can't buy any more Filecoin DeFi units. So that's actually the cap kind of thing. So something to think about.
Once in a while, you're going to get a little bit of truth from a Federal Reserve president, and here is one. So, sir, my hat goes off to you. Now, I want to cover a couple of other things because I keep getting slammed with these meme stocks. Oh, Greg, you missed the boat. Oh, Greg, this. I don't trade these things, okay? If you want to get into these things, do it, okay? I told you already, I am a very steady player in this market. I like steady returns. Okay, yes, as a trader, my portfolio does this, but I don't want it to be doing this. You understand? You want to trade those meme stocks? Go ahead, leave me out of it. I didn't miss a damn thing, okay? People are going to make money here, and other people are going to lose money here. It's not me, okay? I am a steady player in the market, period, the end. Most of you should know that about me. So again, please stop sending me these emails about these nonsensical wild swings and these meme stocks. It's just too stupid. Let us move on here. Talking about the Federal Reserve. So today, people, the federal funds rate, we know the federal funds rate is set between 0 and 0.25. It came down today. We're almost at 0. That is interesting. Okay, in my view, number one, it's stock market positive. Number two, it's dollar negative. So as I have been explaining to you, the Fed wants the federal funds rate at 0. Okay, there's a lot of talk about being negative. Okay, the Fed wants it at 0. Oh, we're supposed to be in an economic boom, though. Imagine my surprise.
No way they
I'm
can
almost
do
as
negative
surprised as the
interest rates.
Iranian refinery fire. Shocked. I'm really completely shocked. No. This is the game, okay? But you're not supposed to know this. The Federal Reserve wants the federal funds rate at 0, okay? And this will, of course, be dollar negative. Bad for you, great for the Federal Reserve, people. You can't make this stuff up. Also, a big talk today on Fox Business, Bloomberg, CNBC. They are pushing the narrative, just like I said they would, about supply chain disruptions. And that narrative here, supply chain disruption narrative, is being blamed for rising prices. This was also on Yahoo Finance today. People, look, you can't make this stuff up. If people were to understand what's actually going on here, and that's why I rely on you, that this has almost nothing to do with supply chain disruptions, almost nothing to do with the rising cost of energy, although these two things are being blamed. Just people, I said it right here on this blog months ago. I said that's what they're going to do. I wrote a couple of articles for the Trends Journal months ago, weeks ago, outlining how this would play out, what they were going to do. They were going to blame energy. They were going to blame supply chain disruptions because you must be distracted. It's the Federal Reserve that keeps printing and adding digits to a screen, running their inflation machine. But no one wants to talk about it. No one wants to explain this. Have you heard one of our representatives, Congress people, talk about this? No, they're going to tell you it's supply chain disruptions and it's energy. They're not going to tell you that it's the Federal Reserve. So whose side are your representatives on? You don't have a representative. You understand that? This is not the United States of America either anymore. You understand? This is the United States of corporate America. The merger between corporate entities and this new American government, which started a while back, is complete now. All they're doing is fulfilling their end game. The central banks of the world, none more so than the Fed. And who's getting hurt? You are, especially if you're a member of the middle class. It's all by design, everything. Welcome to the New World Order. I mean, I've been telling you this for the longest freaking time. Anyway, it really disgusts me to the core of my being, honestly, that we can't get the truth out of nothing, okay? Out of no one. We have no representatives. We have no government. The Federal Reserve is the government, and I think you are well aware of that. But again, look, my job here, right here, is very simple. It's to clarify what is going on.
I think it's a combination of the Fed, the CIA, FBI, and, the certain tribe, of course. It's not just the Fed, because even if you did somehow get rid of the Fed, I mean, obviously that would be some chaos, and it would be a very good thing for us, but, there's still going to be the support structure around the Fed. Like, it's more complicated than that. But yeah, the Fed should definitely have to go, but good luck with that. Hey, Social Zev. I'm so sleepy. I just want to go to sleep right now.
And explain these things in such a way that you know what to do. Okay, that's what this is all about. I'm not sitting here for my own health. I'm not sitting here to blab about these things because all it does is get me aggravated, I'll be honest with you, and probably raises my blood pressure. But the truth of the matter is, I do feel a responsibility to all of you because I've been out here for a long, long time now. And to say the least, my track record is pretty darn good. And I've been explaining to you things that would happen before they did. So I'm keeping you ahead of the curve to the best of my ability. With that said, you know exactly how you should take advantage of all of this, people. The central banks of the world are going to continue to inflate on a massive scale. The Federal Reserve is going to achieve a zero federal funds rate, hurt the dollar, inflate the stock market. Crude oil is going to continue higher, pinching everyone here in this environment of inflation. And again, they're going to distract you. It's energy. It's supply chain. It's not the Federal Reserve. You're not allowed to know that. You understand?
Yeah, that's why they took out Ron Paul.
Disgusting.
Because he would constantly complain about the Federal Reserve. That's actually the first time I actually started really learning about it. And of course, they stole the election from him anyway, so.
Way it is here in this new paradigm, this new set of rules that I have warned for a very long time was going to come. Well, it's here now. Anyway, people, that's it. Important video. I outlined a lot of things for you. You know what to do. You know what you should be doing. Betting against this debt, becoming your own central bank. Yes, holding cryptocurrencies. They are rebounding. They're not going to zero. So forget about that kind of a narrative, okay? With regard to everything else, you got it. Again, I will keep you ahead of the curve. You will know what's going on if you keep following this blog, and I'm very proud to.
Yeah, they stole it all from him. I still remember how pissed off I was when they said Mitt Romney won the nomination. It's like, this is bullshit. I remember everyone was booing the crowd booing in the crowd too.
To say that I think I just hit 176,000 subscribers here. And again, I rely on you to get my work out there. I am not on a single social network anymore. None.
Don't they
This is
ever
the only
want
place
to
you're
get
going
rid
to
of
find
those
me right here.
fish carcasses?
So if you would be so kind, please give me a thumbs up for this video. If you believe I am telling you the truth or am worth something, this information is
they
valuable.
really devoured that fish.
And please share it everywhere, far and wide. Get it out there. Let people understand this stuff. All right, I'm out of here, people. I will see you tomorrow in the morning.
Yeah, I love the autoplay. It's like everyone's got to have autoplay. Yeah, it's kind of hard to find the seeking here. Alright, I just want to see him come in with the thing. It reminds me of the 2020 Bernie Iowa primary. Yeah, like everything's actually rigged. Alright? And that's why I just can't stand shitlibs so much, because they actually think their vote counts. They actually think what they're doing matters. No, they're just useful idiots, along with the fucking rest of them. At least conservatives, on the other hand, can kind of maybe have a chance of resisting the system. But at the end of the day, Democrats and Republicans are really the same. Democrats are the ones in charge, right, of the government. Republicans play the controlled opposition, because eventually the Republicans they're really just the Democrat Party, say, 3 years behind. It used to be 5 or 10, but now they're accelerating, so now they're 3 years behind. So 3 years from now, the Republican Party of 3 years from now will be the Democrat Party of today. So it just is the same thing. I mean, they're already pushing for, like, you know, I mean, I can't even say the word, but certain types of degeneracy, right? That's being celebrated this month. Have you ever watched Susan Mile and True News? I mean, I know of True News, but no, I don't actually watch that. I mean, I just don't have time to watch it. Also, I just don't like watching BitChute because that shit never works for me. But I think apparently you need Milo Yiannopoulos, right? So apparently, if it's that Milo, he actually is on True News now. That's actually pretty impressive. Like, I'm kind of liking Milo's redemption arc. He went from, you know, being his degenerate lifestyle to and working for Breitbart. I have peanut shells tickling my throat. To he's renounced being gay, so now he wants to be straight. And then now he's working for True News that constantly calls out the tribe, like all the time. Mold Bug's perspective on the inner-outer party dynamic. No, but I'm probably not really interested because, I mean, we already know that they're controlled opposition. Oh, I want to see what he does with that fish carcass. Yeah, because I have to assume that they're going to want to throw that out, right? To keep the nest clean? Or is he actually trying to eat, like, the thing? And of course, you got all those nasty bugs there. He is a temporary host for 2 weeks. Oh, okay. Well, I'm not going to watch, but... yeah. I mean, because the thing is... as much as I like to complain about politics, like, it actually doesn't do anything. Because everyone always just complains and nothing changes, you know, and I don't like that. I actually want something done, like, to fix the problem. Right? And I was a little annoyed looking at because I just kept seeing Mike Cernovich's tweets, you know, show up in the trends here about the whole that Asian lady, right? Talking about, you know, Asian hate and like the black guy punching the random Chinese lady in the face. Alright. And then Mike's like, oh, you know, it's because, the left was just trying to make the Trump supporters look bad, but because they're not doing hate crimes, that's why they dropped it. It's like, that's like barely true. Alright? I mean, yeah, it's technically true, but the real reason they dropped it was because 90% of, you know, the criminals punching us Asians in the face or attacking us or trying to kill us, you know, have to be a certain minority. And it's just so frustrating that, you know, it's clearly obvious that Mike just wants to dance around that shit. It's just so frustrating, man. It's just so frustrating. And then combine that with me having to work on my game, with the trademark shit to avoid trademark problems, right? That's adding to my frustration. I don't know why they're eating that. I don't want to look at that. The trademark frustrations, and then, of course, I'm trying to teach myself how to code. So I'm just naturally in an irritated state. Bald eagle, Chad eating the bugman. Oh, is that what he was? No, but the flies would just fly away, right? Unless they're eating like the maggots. Q August. Yeah, I'm not gonna rely on that. Like, nothing's gonna happen in August. Alright, because I look at all this dumb retarded shit that's happening, and seriously, you're just gonna just let it happen, right? I still believe Q is actually real, but A, they're not as powerful or smart as they portray themselves to be, which adds to the frustration. Otherwise, why don't you just do something right now, right? You got, I mean, what more do you want, right? You have to support the Trump supporters. So it's just frustrating. I can't rule out the possibility that Q is just really controlled opposition too, just like the Soviets did in the 1920s. They created like a fake opposition that consisted of real true believers. It was like a masterful piece of deception. I'm going to be making a battle royale game. So there's a lot of coding shit that I gotta learn, but I think I'll be done with my courses in a few months. Like there's just so much material to go through. I mean, actually I never kept the recordings because technically the courses are copyrighted, so I had to delete it. But yeah, I'm gonna make a battle royale game. So far, my game design idea for it is you have a skill tree. Everyone starts out at level 0. Right, and then based on what happens during the course of the round, you get skill points. You put it into, whatever. So far, I'm thinking pistol specialization or rifle, shotgun, sniper rifle, and then a support tree, which I'll call psionics because you're technically a psionic in the future. So it's like a being of massive psychic power. You jacked up on drugs and combat implants and nanotechnology and shit. Basically that's just my version of a super soldier, right? But the thing is, most battle royale games today are you die instantly. Like I'm too slow, and I find that frustrating. So that's the first part of this experiment. Well, that's the second part of the experiment. The first experiment is you just have skill points that you gain throughout the play of the round. So the more kills you get, the more skill points you get. So there's a huge incentive to kill people rather than just camp. Because the way that battle royales are designed now, the best option, usually 90% of the time, is to just camp in a house for 15-20 minutes. It's so stupid and boring. It's okay to camp in Counter-Strike because the rounds always end after an hour, after a minute and a half or 2 minutes. It's a very short duration, and there's a penalty for camping too. So the action does get forced. So that's why it's not a problem. In Battle Royale games, it's just stretched out too much, and it's just like, I hate this. And the reason why people camp is because you die instantly, so that's no fun. I spend more time queuing for a new game than actually playing the game. So, at least the second design choice is, I'm going to make the time to kill somewhere around 3 to 6 seconds. I still have to tweak the numbers. I don't want it to be instant. And the problem is, what about sniper rifles? Like, that has to be an instant kill, so I got a lot of game balance issues, but I'll figure it out. And I don't know. Hopefully that'll resonate with people because it would be the first battle royale game. Like like what Counter-Strike did in the old days, back in beta 6.5, because that's when I played in the late 90s, is gonna do. What that did for first-person shooter games, because at the time, first-person shooter games were all about fast-paced action, respawn real quick, and then also kind of die instantly. But Counter-Strike was slow everything down, but you still die instantly. And there's no respawn, and there's a penalty for it. I'm hoping maybe my Battle Royale game can do the same thing for the Battle Royale genre. Make it... Because I want to focus more on tactics, strategy, and, you making good or bad decisions, rather than, you're just holding an angle, and you're just young, so you just react faster, and that's it. There's already enough of those games out there, so I don't need to make that kind of game. So I don't know, maybe hopefully that'll work. I should try to get the kill streaks you can teach more people on crypto your gaming ambitions. Oh, you didn't know? Yeah, Ethan, you mean Ethan Ralph, right? Well, that fat piece of shit talked shit about me because of the whole Q thing. So I blocked them afterwards. And that ungrateful little fuck, didn't bother doing any research because I was following him on Twitter. So he's gonna be and he brought on somebody who was a social clout climber, right? A culture war criminal who deliberately lied about me and everything to just I don't know, just cause drama on purpose. So I mean, you probably weren't. I could have sworn you were there when I was, when Base Italian was telling me about it, right? Because I still can't believe it. He actually went on Ethan Ralph and said, "Oh, I offered Johnson Chan a job, and this is how he repays me." Like, what the fuck, man? First of all, no one can give me a job, all right? I don't work for anybody. I have my own money, and I have more money and more influence at the time than he did by a factor of 10 to 100. Why the fuck would I go work for somebody below me? It's like the level of lying was just so incredibly infuriating. And then, like, to make matters worse, I don't know how many people of Ethan Ralph's audience actually believe that dumb, retarded shit. But the good news is some people actually called out the bullshit, apparently. So, but the answer is no. I'm not going to go on that. I mean, I could, but like, see, on the one hand, Nick Fuentes is like, it's hard to describe. He's more harsher up front, but he's more forgiving in the end. I'm the opposite. I'm a lot more forgiving at first, but once you piss me off, there's no forgiveness afterwards. Like that's how, so I'm like somewhat the opposite in that way. So the answer is no. All right. There's gonna have to be a punishment for being a massive F word to me and lying about me. So that's that. Besides, I don't need anybody, right? I made my own money, I make my own shit, and everything I've done, I did it myself. So, no one's fucking helping me. Well, except, you guys, of course. But I still have to do the heavy lifting myself. Yeah. So, and the funny thing is, God saw that, and then He just sent me the Jason and the Red Pill Project guy. But that was before, YouTube took away all his shit, so. So that's that. That's that. I really need to eat more food. So, I guess before we go, I guess we could take. I don't think he's tweeting anything new here. So that's that, and then, oh yeah, There's something weird about this. Like, I don't know what Lauren got herself into today, but the shitlib bots really came in pretty hard and fast when I put this tweet out, which is funny. Let's see. See, this person was not insulting me, and like for some reason it got reported. Like these fucking shitlib F-word bots. Like they're fucking pissing me off. So I don't know. Yeah, CIA's got like some kind of fucking dildo up their ass, and they're getting irritated. Was this like December? No, this was in January. Oh, that's the other thing too. The asshole that Ralph had on, right? The guy that's lying about me. I don't want to keep mentioning his name because I don't want to give him the grifter attention. But what actually happened was, and he lied about this too, was he actually went on my DLive, because I was streaming on DLive. He kept spamming the word cope, because he was obviously just being a fucking massive F word, a piece of shit. And I wasn't there, but my mod banned him. And I checked the logs, I checked the link, I was like, no, this can't be right. We're pretty cool with each other, and we follow each other on Twitter, so what's going on? So I actually clicked, and it actually was him. I was like, what the fuck? It's like, okay, this guy, I knew it. This guy's a traitor. This guy is a social clout climber. He's here to just sabotage America first. All right? It's like, it's pretty obvious who I'm aligned with, all right? And at that time, Nick Fuentes was following me back too. And I was regularly retweeting Nick Fuentes. So there's no fucking excuse from anyone from our side to be betraying me. Right? So there's only one conclusion I can have. These are traitors. Right? Just like Patrick Casey. It's like that's exactly what... I mean, I didn't know that at the time, but that's exactly what this is. It's like, okay, you know what? I don't have any time for this shit. Let's just get rid of them all. Alright? Oh, and they also happen to be very friendly with Carter and Puma. All right, who also tried to betray America first. Still apparently trying to do that. It's like, I can't fucking deal with this. It's like, I'm just so sick and tired of it. So yeah. But you know, everyone's just being me a massive lying F word. You know, there's not much I can do. So, but you know, whatever. I'm better than them. I'm richer than them. I'm better look. Well, I don't know. Well, I'm better looking than most of them. I also don't look gay. All right. Let's put it this way. I honestly think Puma and Carter are gay for each other. Like, because they post certain pictures of themselves and say, "Oh, we're best friends." Like, I don't know. Don't they realize they look a little, you know, like, you know, I don't want to delete this video, but you know, it's like all of you can come up with your own conclusions. Like, you know what? I'm out. I'm just out. I'm out. I'm out. So, oh, so that's that. Yeah, it was kind of like AF will prevail. Just try to ignore that and make Boku money. Well, yeah, I mean that's basically what I'm doing. You know, it just would be nice if A, I got recognition for my efforts for the most part, and then B, I would get the reward for it instead of having to see my fucking follower numbers continue to drop. You know, but again, you know, I think maybe once I come out with the game, and it's actually halfway good, I think I'll be back on easy street. And the next problem I'll have to deal with would be deplatforming of the game and censorship. Because it won't take long before IGN and Kotaku and all these left-wing shitlib gaming publications will be like, "Oh my god, did you know that you're playing a game that supports right-wing supremacy?" And then they're gonna have like a massive, like, you know, I don't want to use the word. I don't know, but you know, I'll cross that bridge when we get there. So, all right. So I'm gonna go for real. There's really just not much happening. I mean, ooh, what did I get there? Oh, it was a hot dog. So, crypto's doing all right. Markets were flat. I don't know. I mean, my prediction that crypto was gonna do pretty well this week is working out pretty well so far. I mean, obviously I want more than that, but I guess I can't complain. And yeah, 24-hour volume is still pretty low, and yeah, there's still $800 billion of the B missing from the cryptocurrency markets. Where did that money go? Like, it's hiding somewhere, and where is it? Right? Oh yeah. Let's see. May 31st. Bitcoin going up, stable coins coming down. Alright, so it's still in stable coins. It's still in stable coins. Can you see it? Yeah, you can see that. My camera is barely blocking, but you can still see the whole thing. So it's still in stable coins because this orange line is the stable coins. It's still way above Bitcoin's price. So, alright, works for me. Works for me. Alright, I'm gonna go. Tomorrow is Thursday, so I'll be back after the markets. A pretty slow day. But, yeah, I'm kind of curious. What the hell was happening that, like, the Department of Justice actually ordered every car company to go tell them to go call the cops on Lauren? Like, whoa. This fucking dictatorship, man. But yeah, so I decided to pin this. And then yeah, as soon as I started retweeting the Anthony Fauci stuff, the shitlibs stopped sending their bots over. So now we're still at 13 to 14. Oh, look at this. AK-47, a 12 and 14-year-old who ran away from Miami juvenile home for foster kids, broke into a house, found a shotty and an AK-47, and opened fire on deputies sent to investigate who, after attempting to negotiate, returned fire and shot the girl, according to the blank. Okay, I definitely have to... I'm willing to bet you that... well, I can't say this on YouTube, but I think I know the race of the two kids who did this. Well, it doesn't say anyone died. Okay, well, they said they shot the girl. Okay, so look at this. They're blaming the gun owner who wasn't at his home, but it's his fucking home. It's his property. Like, seriously? Okay. I have to admit, maybe I don't want to move or set up an office in Miami. That's the thing. You're allowed to have an AK-47. I thought that's considered a fully automatic rifle, where you're not allowed to. Oh, I kind of want to watch this. We're gonna have to mute the sound. Okay, everything's blurry. Oh, okay. So they censored the video.
Juvenile male fired that round.
Of course. Okay, so they actually injured her. Somehow she's not dead, which is kind of miraculous. And then of course the shit libs are having a field day. It gave what it said for everybody. AFK is a semi. Oh, AK is a semi. Well, in the video games, it's always full auto. Well, maybe semi-auto AKs are allowed in America, because you're allowed to buy semi-auto rifles, but you cannot buy full auto rifles, because that's actually illegal. Unless you illegally modify it to fire full auto. Which I assume some gun owners do, because, you know, why not? You can bum fire it, though. Bump fire it, though. You know, believe it or not, I don't know much about guns, so I don't actually know what that means. Well, I'll take your word for it. You know, actually, since I'm making a Battle Royale game, I actually do need to research guns. Just know how they basically... Bump fire a gun, what is it? Hey, there's Doge. Bump firing is the act of using the recoil of a semi-auto firearm to fire ammunition card in rapid succession with a loss of accuracy. What? Yeah, I thought it might be related to a bump stock, but... I don't want to read Fakepedia, but... Bump stocks or bump fire stocks are gun sights that can be used to assist in bump firing. Bump firing is the act of using the recoil of a semi-auto firearm to fire ammo in rapid fire. Oh, so it's got so like in video games, you have a semi-auto gun. You left click once, but you can't hold it down to full auto. But if you click it really quickly, then you actually keep firing very quickly. I think that's what it is. I don't care about the legality of bump stocks. Which, by the way, Trump signed the ban on it for some retarded reason, and I'm glad they reversed it, if I remember correctly. Oh, okay. So basically, you're just pressing the trigger button really fast. I think that's what this bump firing is. And of course, yeah, there's going to be a loss of accuracy because your bullets are going to go all over the place. Just watch a video on how to bump fire. Oh, yeah, I could do that. Oh, it's on YouTube. It's probably okay. YouTube... Oh. How to bump fire gun. Oh, there's an AK. Wow, Cryptos RS is skyrocketing in popularity. I'm so irritated. How to bump fire without a bump fire stock. That looks like an AKSU. There you go. That's my knowledge of Tarkov.
Automatic AR-15 and a standard non-full automatic AK-47.
No, that's a real AK-47.
But
Look at the
these
size
are both
of it.
registered SBRs. That does nothing to the cyclic rate. So I'm going to show you how to bump fire these guns without that evil, crazy bump fire stock. So as you see, standard stock. Let's move the AR.
Oh yeah, we're gonna have to lower this shit. This is gonna be fucking air rape.
Fire, no middle position, not full auto.
Look at how low the volume is, and look how fucking loud this thing still is.
Alright, it's clear. This one will probably work a little better.
Jeez, you could really murder a shit ton of people with these fucking things. Hey, the volume's not too loud, right? Because I tried to lowering it as much as possible. Because I have a sound dampener enabled on my computer, but it doesn't actually apply to like uploading video sound.
Alright, so as you can see,
Good volume, okay.
semi-auto rifles really don't need a bump fire stock to shoot fast. So
This guy definitely plays Escape from Tarkov. Look how decked out his M4 is. Well, I mean, it's an AR-15, he said, but it's basically an M4.
yeah.
I mean, look how this thing is essentially full auto, even though he said it was like semi-auto. Alright. I don't know, that looked like full auto to me, because that thing just went blah. Pretty cool thought vaccine, Keck. Yeah.
Alright, so as
Actually, that's a good point. If you're a man that likes guns, this actually does keep the shit-lived cunts away from you. Actually, it's like, oh, you like guns, you're like one of those right-wing Trump supporters. You're a Nazi white supremacist. Oh God.
you can see,
Yeah. How to bump fire? That definitely sounds like a real. Okay.
Bump firing either.
Yeah, but look at. See, yeah, that's not going to be accurate as hell. You're really hardcore hip firing the gun. But it is pretty stable, and obviously you're going on a mass murdering rampage. I mean, that's probably good enough.
To destroy everything. Joseph Maresca asked me to do a video on how to bump fire, so I'm going to do a video on how to bump fire. Rule number 1 when bump firing. This is the most important rule. Always have a good backdrop. Look, I have a big mound of dirt there, a bunch of stuff behind it, and stand very close to it because you don't want to be bump firing, shooting bullets straight into the ground and having them ricochet up over your backdrop. So stand really close to it. I stand about 10 feet away from the backdrop when I bump fire, and you should wear safety glasses. I don't always wear safety glasses, but it's the safety of your neighbors and the people around you. Always stand close to the backdrop. So when you shoot a semi-automatic rifle, when you pull the trigger, a hammer comes up, hits the firing pin, the bullet goes off, obviously. So if you can see that hammer in there, what happens, this charging handle comes back, pushes the hammer back into place, resets the hammer, but the trigger still has to be reset. To give you an internal view of what actually happens, that is the hammer right down there. You pull the trigger, the hammer comes forward, hits the firing pin. The charging handle comes back, pushes that hammer back down and resets the hammer. Then to reset the trigger so it can shoot again, you let the trigger forward. So every time you shoot this, you have to let the trigger go and reset the trigger. What bump firing does is it uses the recoil of the firearm to reset the trigger. The gun comes back and your finger lets the trigger go forward. Meanwhile, you're pulling forward with this hand. You already have pressure applied back this way and forward so that it's just repeating the process over and over at a very rapid rate, faster than you can shoot it just regularly with. So basically what you want to do...
Right, that makes sense because when you fire, the gun goes backwards, but your finger is on it too. Okay. Huh. That's actually kind of difficult, actually, right? Because you gotta, like... it's almost starting to look like a certain self-pleasure maneuver. So, fire, but you gotta go like that, and then when you I guess this is my left arm, you move the gun forward, but your trigger finger is on the trigger already, so it'll go like that. Oh, so that's why it looked like he was going like that. I remember in the old Nintendo games, the enemy soldiers would always go like this. I always thought that was weird, but I just thought that was just the way they did. But they were actually bump firing. Wow, that's incredible. So the Nintendo games that I played of the 80s and 90s, the enemies were bump firing. That's actually pretty hilarious. Just spray and pray self-defense situation. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. If I... See, the thing, I would not actually use a rifle. I would actually use like a submachine gun. I don't like pistols because they're too small, but rifles I feel are too big and clunky. And then I get that I could get something like an M4 or an AUG for close quarters combat. But to be honest, I'd rather have a gun that specializes in that. So that would be a shotgun or more likely an SMG. Because those are compact and they're designed to be portable, So plus I can wield 2 of them if I wanted to, if for some reason that's actually a thing. Oh, and that's the thing too. In my battle royale game, you're going to be able to dual wield pistols and probably SMGs as well. Because I think one thing I want to try to do is make every single weapon line viable if you build it correctly. If you build your shit correctly. But we'll have to see.
is
You could get a pistol grip AR. Oh yeah, there's that too. But the thing is, that's not just that. A rifle is still kind of big, right? Like you compare like I don't know what kind of gun that is. I guess that's like a kind of AK. But you compare this to like a P90. A P90 is just naturally less long, shorter, I guess, right? Yeah, I guess that's the word. It's just naturally shorter. That I prefer.
pull forward with this hand and pull backwards with this finger, or
I'm
your.
just curious. Does he actually fire the gun? Because I don't want to. Oh shit.
But I just
Okay, he eventually fires
like to hold my
something
finger
later
here,
on, okay.
and you have to find the right amount of pressure to put on it because it's not always the same. So you don't want to pull too hard with this. You don't want to be trying to like tear the gun apart, like pulling it apart with your hands. It's pretty light actually. You want to lightly pull forward and lightly pull backwards. You're pulling harder forward with your left hand if you're right-handed. You're pulling harder forward with your front hand than you're pulling backwards with your trigger finger. And it shoots basically like it's fully automatic. And those are the basics on how to bump fire. Thanks for watching. Hope you guys enjoy the video. Hope you learned.
If you think about it, there is a problem with bump firing too, especially in a tactical situation. Alright. I have audio muted, but look at how he's standing. Like you're literally standing, full standing. Like you're so exposed, right? You're just way too exposed. Right? It's way more important to have cover than to like go full Rambo and then bump fire everything. Spray and pray. Yeah, I think I'd rather just do spray and pray because I would rather be undercover and go like overhead shooting. That's a way safer, and it's essentially the same thing. Of course, you probably don't care about what's on the other side, so I wouldn't recommend that if like you might hit a civilian or somebody you're trying to rescue. Spray and pray, yeah. So let's see.
Bump fire. Thanks for watching. Hope you guys enjoy the video.
Oh, I guess that's his outro. Test fire of 43 machine guns. 920. Wow, that's a lot. How to shoot an AK fast. Oh, he's got a pistol grip there. I forgot what that was called, but I know that's in a Tarkov, so it's just a wooden pistol grip, I think. J Mac Customs. Hey, she's pretty attractive looking. 75 round drum full auto Yugoslavian PAP M92.
Asher with J Mac Customs, and I'm out. Oh.
Wait, how? Okay, that's not too loud, right?
Asher.
What kind of gun is this? Because I thought this was the AA-12 with a drum mag. 75. What? Tell me more about this gun. Because believe it or not, when I make my initial guns, I'll probably just get whatever models I can grab off of the Unreal Marketplace. But I do want to create weapons that are based on the real life counterpart. Because I have to create like different names. But people playing the game for the first time, or even just people playing the game normally, they need to just look at the gun icon and know exactly what it is. Oh, that's an SMG. Hey, that looks like the M4. Hey, that looks like the Auto Shotty. Hey, that looks like a P90. Because that's actually really important for gameplay. I don't know, I just got this. This is not... Okay, okay, maybe... Is it this? No, this looks like a... What? This is absolutely nothing to do with what her thing is. Oh, an M90... Oh, so it is the same gun. Oh, that is the gun. It just happened... I thought this was a shotgun. No, it actually is the... Okay, see, that's how little I actually know about guns. Despite how many games I play.
Asher with J Mac Customs, and I'm out on the range today with the Yugo M92, built by J Mac with the J
Yeah, she's
Mac
got a southern accent, too.
Mod 2 stock adapter and 75 round drum.
So have you ever shot a 75 round drum before in full auto?
No.
So this
No,
will be
she
your
takes
first
care of her
time
teeth
ever.
very well, too.
First one.
Are you nervous?
I'm excited.
All right, let's see what you can do.
See ya.
see if you can hit the target at least twice.
See, I need a girlfriend and wife like this, alright?
Ready?
And it'll be ironic, because she's going to be the gun nut, and I'm going to be like the pacifist. The drum just makes it look... Yeah, I really thought this was a shotgun, because usually drum mags accompany shotguns, because, you know, shotguns deplete ammo like crazy, so you need a drum mag to kind of give you a little more sustained firepower.
Now don't let up.
Okay.
Once you start shooting, hold on.
Hold on. Should I be wearing gloves?
Just don't touch anything metal.
Okay.
Ready?
The recoil actually doesn't seem too bad on her. Really? Yeah, that recoil actually was not that bad. At least, yeah, but then if you look at the bullets...
Hold it up.
Done.
Actually, see, that's the target, but you actually see the bullets flying all over the target. Oh my god, look at all those bullets flying out of the... Fuck, I don't know what the ejection chamber is called. Jeez, that's actually kind of nuts. She is in a power stance. Really? Oh yeah, that makes sense, because her legs are actually bracing most of the pushback. Huh. See, I was supposed to end the stream a while ago, but now we're just watching, like, guns. Chris Vector. Oh, there's a Gen 2 and a full auto Magnum. 1,200 rounds per minute. That is a ridiculous... That is insane. Oh, you know, I'm told... Wait, this is from 7 years ago, though. Oh, this is actually from the official Chris USA YouTube. I assume that's the official thing. 9mm. Oh, is he still making videos? Because he stopped making videos after a while.
Hello, my friends. It's FPS Rock.
8 years ago. Yeah, he's still 5 years ago. Yeah, this guy is still missing in action. Okay, Chris Vector. Alright, so how about Chris Vector Gen... I want a more recent video. The Chris Vector Gen 2... Okay, we don't need a full review. My dream gun, the Chris Vector Gen 2 self-defense person... I don't know what that acronym is. Personal defense weapon for vehicle. Wow, the Chris Vector is still pretty long. Oh, so the Generation 2 is the 45 ACP.
Hey guys, Armageddon here.
Because I know there are two variants of it, the 9mm and the 45mm. And the only reason I know that is because, again, Tarkov.
Today with the Chris Vector. This is the Gen 2 CBR model, the carbine model. There's also an SBR model, which I'll bust out for one of these reviews here pretty soon as well.
Nice.
I'm not going to talk much about the specs or the history of the gun in this video. This is basically just going to be ergs, controls, and then shooting impressions. If you want to learn more about this gun, stay tuned for the rest of the series. Tomorrow I'll disassemble it, and then 2 days from now I'll do a full overview. We're going to go through all of the, kind of the internals,
looks like a
specifications,
silencer on
history, all the good stuff for you guys that want to learn more about these kind of cool guns. So that's coming up. Also, I got a quick little video on the differences between the Gen 1 and the Gen 2. Again, this being a Gen 2 gun. Topped off today with a little Vism Eco optic. This thing is actually pretty cool. It's a budget optic. I literally bought this thing with the gun like 4 years ago, but it's still, the battery's still functioning. Pretty cool. It's kind of like an Elcan knockoff made by NC Star. But nonetheless, I thought it was cool. I thought I'd throw it on here for a bit of a throwback. The house, as always, empty. Don't worry about that. Okay, so controls. As a Gen 2, you got a nice little ambi 45-degree
Does he actually
safety
fire
selector.
this
That's
thing?
safe. That's fire. Gen 2 really easy to distinguish from Gen 1. The Gen 1's had a skeletonized trigger. Gen 2s have these just flat. This is Federal premium ammunition, which is decent stuff.
Gee,
but
geez, that round is huge looking.
well, let's see why it didn't drop. I got it to drop there now. Here we go.
Oh,
There we go.
yeah, that's not bad at all. Yeah, it's totally silenced.
And watch your hand, because when that thing locks back, this thing pops forward with quite a bit of excitement, and I just definitely felt it on my thumb there.
Oh,
Anyways,
shit,
pretty
yeah, I
cool
saw
stuff. Now
that.
let's pop that mag. Good old Glock mags, and let's toss one in from the other side here. So, one more.
I'm actually curious. I was playing Warzone a while ago. Warzone, do they have vectors in Warzone? Max damage vector class setup in Warzone. Oh, okay, they do have the vector. Oh, what are you guys saying again? I was completely enamored with this. FPS Russia had his gun seized. I did remember something like that, but I mean that was a long time ago, so shouldn't he be okay now? He talked about his time in county jail on a podcast. Oh, he actually went to jail. I finally activated my Rumble, just subbed over there, follower number 12. Oh, well, thank you, Ultimate Warrior. I appreciate that a lot. Yeah, I mean, eventually the Rumble account will kind of grow, because at least I don't have to worry about censorship on that channel, right? Everywhere else, yeah, I kind of have to worry about it, but there's also nothing I can do. But I mean, eventually, you know, I'll be putting out more content about, you know, really my game rather than anything else. In fact, I'll probably have to stop, I'll probably have to, like, completely stop, you know, tweeting about political shit, too, at some point, but that's okay. That's okay. I mean, Nick Fuentes is already far more powerful than any of these political clowns out in the world today anyway, so. It's like that scene in episode 3, like, where Yoda and Palpatine were fighting, they were like, you know, Vader will be more powerful than either one of us, kind of thing. So, yeah.
Round, pop that in. I'm definitely still feeling this. It's not like it's super duper light.
Really? It
This
looks
recoil
light.
system is supposed to bring the recoil down, but I'm still feeling it in my shoulder. Again, this is a pretty heavy SMG. It is 45 ACP. It is a delayed blowback system, which is helping, but nonetheless, I'm still feeling that recoil. Not as bad as the UMP 45, but feeling it. Let's pull the charging handle back and let her go. And again, non-reciprocating charging handle. I'll have my thumb on it just to prove that.
Dude, look how quiet this thing is. They once said that the Hollywood, like, bullets are quiet thing is bullshit Hollywood. That's not true. This thing is quiet. You want to assassinate someone, just get something like this. Oh, that's the other thing too. SMGs tend to be quieter too with the silencer.
Right, she ran 100% that time. Sweet. Again, actually it actually felt a bit lighter that time too. Maybe I just had to get used to it. Haven't shot this thing in a while. Rated for 25 or 30.
All right. The MK14 EBR.
Hey guys, arming. They are full. That's one of the. It's just shots in this duel. Properly pick and a couple shots in this dueling tree. If I can see it all right here. All right.
Well, that's not too bad. Wow, that's actually pretty quiet too for a rifle. How much is a Vector Gen 2? See, as soon as I type these searches in, like, Google's gonna report me to, like, the FBI and DOJ and ATF. Oh, here we go. Chris USA announces reduction. Oh, that's hilarious. They're in California. Let's make this bigger. And then I'll actually go for real because I think, oh yeah, look at all this shit I got collecting here. I gotta make sure I don't get kicked off for being AFK as well. Alright. Let's see. All right, that's good enough. The Chris Vector Gen 2 pistol variant with no stock and a 5.5 inch barrel, blah blah blah, has a new starting price of $13.50-ish. Okay, and then some finishes. The carbine variant, which I assume is the, so that's interesting. They call it, yeah, because the guy said in the video it's a carbine variant, not really, but he still called it an SMG. Mag pull, vertical grip. Yeah, these are all from like, yeah, see, Tarkov just simply took all the real life gun stuff and just put it in their game. $1,700. So for $1,700, you can get a Gen 2 Chris Vector, essentially. Well, a 45 ACP anyway. P90 cost, USA. See, I would still rather have the P, because that's my favorite gun, is the P90. If I had to have a gun, it would be a P90. It's actually cheaper. It's $1,500. It's a little under $1,500. The select fire P90 is restricted to military, law enforcement, or certain specialties. Since it is, okay, so I would have, they used to call it the C90 for civilian 90, but now it's called the PS90. PS90. $1,500. And you know me, I would totally just illegally mod it so that it would be full auto, probably. Sportsman automatic rifle. Okay, this is not a rifle. It's a submachine gun. Come on, man. Let's see. Yeah, $1,500 for a P90. Well, a PS90. This probably is restricted in this area. Check nearby stores. Oh yeah, because it's probably detecting that I live in New York. So I'm not allowed to have one in New York. Yeah, see? Elmira, New York. That's probably restricted in this area. I fucking hate this piece of shit-lib fucking state. Alright, well I think that's enough gun porn for one day. Because I think that's what it's called. But aside from that, you know, we'll make a lot of money from crypto, and then we'll probably, well, I guess a lot of you would probably spend some of that money on buying a bunch of guns. For me, I'll probably just buy a bunch of, I don't know, Unreal Engine stuff for the game. I don't know, maybe I might buy a gun. But I probably, if I bought a gun, it would be when I moved to Florida, because, you know, guns are more acceptable in Florida, obviously, unlike here in this piece of shit state. Well, really, it's just New York City. So. Anyway, thanks for watching. I will see everybody tomorrow. This was actually a pretty fun stream, and yeah, I did not expect the whole gun thing. Oh yeah, look at that, you know, Dogcoin popping off. You know, I still feel dumb that Dogcoin earlier this year was just fractions of a penny. I really could have made a few hundred. If I could have made $500,000 if I just went into Dogcoin, maybe even $1 million. Oh well, what can you do, right? Anyway, thanks for watching. See you all tomorrow, and enjoy the rest of your day or night. And you're gonna go out and shoot guns. Yeah, just I don't know. Well, I mean, you probably already know what to do. So just keep. Oh, wait, I gotta make just do it safely and don't kill anybody. All right? I don't want the DOJ to also put me on one of their lists like they did Lauren Witzke.